Welcome to this walkthrough of a law firm document portal where clients can sign up directly and access their documents and generate documents on demand. So first, here we can log in, and if a client hasn't already registered, they can sign up here. So just enter their name, email and password, but since we've already got the details, I will show you what a completed profile looks like. So now we've logged in. Again, this is configurable to how you may want to have it, but at the moment we have in our document portal, we have three areas: leases, contracts and letters. So here we have the leases displayed. Next we have contracts, and then in the last tab we have letters. Today I'm going to be focusing mainly on the leases. So we have the list of leases here. Some have the different statuses, some have e-signatures. So with the one, we can just look at this first one, which has been finalized. So I'll open this up. So when this shows, we can see a preview of the lease here. They have just some of the fields we can show you later and how that changes depending on the client's details. This is a lease with e-signatures, so we can see the e-signature here, and then the certificate here as well. So with the draft lease, I'll just click on that. With the draft, we have a watermark at the back. So when this lease is being approved, when the document gets approved, then the watermark disappears. So what I want to show you now is how we create a new lease. So if I click on the new lease here, and I'll enter some user details. I'll enable, for the pets allowed option, I will just say yes, and I'll also require e-signatures for this one. Click add. So the lease generation does take a number of seconds. I'll just click refresh table to see if it's ready. Okay, great. And now we can see it's in draft mode. I can click on that. And I can see here the date, the owner details that I entered in, the address, the rent amount, the security deposit. I enabled allow pets, so the pet conditions are there, and yep, it's all looking fine to me. So just say if I want to make some changes to it, I'll go here, edit. I will change the monthly rent to say $1,000, and this security deposit amount to $2,000, and also say no pets allowed this time. Update this. Okay, so I'll wait a few seconds and see if it's going to be ready shortly. I'll click refresh table. Great, it's ready now. Okay, I can see my change has been applied. So the rent is $1,000, security deposit $2,000, and the pet conditions that were previously there have been removed. Once I'm happy with the lease, I can just click approve. In this example, we're using e-signatures, so we'll go through the e-signature process, which I'll show you shortly. But if you didn't have e-signatures enabled, once you hit approved, it will just show you the lease without the watermark. But now I'll just go through the approval process. So when I refresh the table, the status has changed to sent for signatures. So the documents have been issued and sent out for signatures. So now I'll go over to my email program. I can see the lease has been sent out for signatures, and this has gone to the tenant. So I'll open the document up. I will start the signature process. Now the signature has been finalized by the tenant. The next step is for the landlord to get the e-signature document for signing. So now we switch over to the landlord's view. To open up the document, they can see the owner too, email address, and I'll open up the document as the landlord. Start the signature process. Okay, now that signature has been completed by the landlord, we can go back to the portal to see the final completed document. Again, in the portal, it will take a little bit of time for the document to get fully processed, but I'll refresh the table just to check that if everything has gone through okay. Great. So now we can see the document has been finalized. Here we have the signed version by the landlord, by the tenant, and the signature certificate. So here's an example of editing an existing lease without going through the e-signature process on how that converts from draft into the finalized form. So we have this lease here, the 300 George Street, Sydney, and I will edit it now. I'll change the monthly rent to, say, $1,000. Update that. So just need to wait a few seconds for the lease to get generated. Okay, great. The lease is now ready. So my change has happened where it's $1,000 for the rent. It's got a draft watermark. All looks good. So I'll just now hit approve. Again, we'll just need to wait a few seconds for the lease to get generated. Now it's been finalized. We have the new lease, rent $1,000, watermark is gone and ready to be issued. So in this client portal, the customers can generate and review their own documents, but you may also want to add a payment functionality to it, so where it's fully self-serve. So in this example, I'll show you, just say if we go to the contracts tab, we have a contract that is in the draft format. So just say they're happy with it, now they want to hit approve. When they hit approve, you could present them with a checkout screen where you may, depending on how your plan is structured, this is, say, an example of a monthly plan where it's potentially an unlimited subscription where they can generate as many contracts and leases as they want, or you can have it where it's a per document creation. So this is where you can add a payment gateway to your client portal. So hopefully this overview provided you with an idea of how you can use this document portal to allow your clients to create, generate, and approve documents on their own, including e-signatures as well as a payment gateway as well. If you have any questions on how to set up one of these client portals for your business, please contact us at prestoflow.com.